Hello everyone, welcome to our intermediate accounting class for fall 2020. We survived the spring and summer, and here we are, fall, online intermediate accounting. And so this podcast is just trying to help you get oriented to where things are on our course site, and a little bit about the syllabus in our class and how we're going to approach things. So I've tried to make things as easy to find as possible. Across the top should be most of the things that you need most often in terms of being able to access your grades, send me an email, check your progress, drop boxes, and so forth. It should be similar to other courses that you've taken. So besides that, down the side is my information, my ugly mug, including how to contact me via Zoom for online office hours. Below that is our calendar, what things are going to be coming up. In the middle here is our news feed, where I will try to keep you up to date on things that are going to be due and what is upcoming, with including links and so forth. And there's an introduction here. There's also resources if you need more information about how to use Desire to Learn or Zoom. Any of those are available in this resources in terms of how instructional videos on how to use those and explanations. So just to give you an idea of how I laid out the course, each week is a module. The starting module is our introduction or syllabus. There's where you find the syllabus. I've included a place to introduce yourself, as well as a video about how to be successful in learning and applying yourself to the material. Is also kind of our focus, kind of what the underlying way that we're going to approach things this semester. If you need, as we did into later, we're going to do some research. This is where you would go to get help in finding sources for accounting information, as well as general course questions. Now, to get right off the bat, I mentioned in the news feed that we have an extra credit discussion. It's right here. What are we going to do together this semester? It's based on these two files that are here that you can look at. Link you right to them. We're going to, the last thing in this section is an annual report for the Gap, the retail store, as it hangs on, given our situation for retail. And we're going to look at the information, financial information for that as one of our projects later on. So there it is when you need it. So each week we'll have the kind of an introduction, some questions that we're going to be thinking ourselves, some of the learning objectives and learning activities, and then there'll be a section called Reading and Explanation, which should have a series of documents or videos and PowerPoint slides that will help you understand the material. We do not have a textbook per se, so these are going to be the explanation that will take the place of a textbook. You can print them out, you can read them, you can watch them over and over again. So after you've read through that material, then there will be discussions where you will respond to questions, and the instructions will be when you click on that discussion. This first week we're going to have one about using the codification, which is the FASB's way of publishing all the accounting rules, and also one that allows you to just, explain a general accounting principle to others. Then there's some practice. There will always be some practice problems. Practice problems, I'll give you the problem, kind of expect you to work through it, and then you can watch the video. You can watch the video at any point. Of course, I encourage you to do some work, then watch the video. Otherwise, but if there's nothing to prevent you from just watching the video, right as you open it up, and not working it through yourself. So in this particular time, there are two examples, American Eagle and General Motors, each with their explanation video. Homework, on the other hand, you have to actually post into the Dropbox. You have to provide your answers before you can see the video. So you can see it here, but in your version, it will be not available until you have posted to the Dropbox your answers to the homework. So that's how homework works. If you make all the corrections you need based on what the explanation you get and your thinking, that needs to be not only corrected but explained what the corrections are, then you can get full credit even if you make mistakes. So obviously if you get all the homework perfectly right, you get full credit, but you can also get full credit if you make mistakes and explain that, as long as you try all of the homework and work through all of the homework problems. So that's how this content is organized. Let's go back to the syllabus real quickly here and just look at a couple of things that we have coming up in the course. Now, there's expectations. Please ask for help, as it says. This is not an easy class. This is got a lot of in-depth material that need to be referred to and learned. But if you take advantage of all the ways that I've provided for explanation, I think you'll do okay and be able to. But please ask questions at any point that you get confused, and I will respond within 24 hours, if not faster. We'll have 3 tests. It'll be completely problem and essay oriented. You'll have 7 days to do that and upload into the Dropbox. That's how the tests will work. The discussion postings will be graded based on you making your initial post and a follow-up. Again, you should be respectful. They should be 2 or 3 sentences to receive full credit at least, and maybe more. You should be specific about when you make reference to things. So you make your first posting by Saturday and follow up by the next Tuesday, responding usually to someone else. Later on, there will be an individual written assignment. The details are further on in the syllabus about what the requirements are. It has to do with sustainability or environmental accounting and how that might work. In that, it needs to be researched and provided with citations and so forth. I am concerned mostly that you give credit where credit is due and not on the details about how those citations are listed. The other project that we'll work on later, we will assign you to groups. And as a group, you'll prepare one gap and a report assignment. The questions that will need to be answered are at the end of the syllabus as well. I suggest that you use a Google Doc to collaborate together, and it tracks your collaboration. You can even turn it in that way, or you can download it and turn it in as a Word document, depending on what you prefer. So we'll give you more up-to-date information about that as we reach that time frame. I anticipate we'll be in groups by about the fourth or fifth week of the semester. Homework, as we mentioned, will be graded and scored as indicated there. This is the points that are available and how the grading is made up. Okay. So things that are here is the makeup policy. You can work whenever you'd like, but things still need to be turned in on time. Except for serious accident or illness, you must only if you give notice to the instructor, that's myself, arrangements were made ahead of time, late assignments will be worth those number of points regardless, but I will only accept late assignments if you have given me notice. That is pretty consistent with what my observation in the professional world is. If you give notice, there's a lot of ability to be flexible, but if you do not, then there really is not much forgiveness. So, however, regardless of what the arrangement is made, late assignments will have a reduced number of points. Withdrawal and attendance, you get to choose to drop up to 70% of the time frame of the class. The dates are in that link. If you stop participating, and cannot catch up, that I may be forced to withdraw you from the class myself. And that's especially if your absent is unexcused and you don't let me know that it's happening, if you do not communicate. If you need help given a disability or other learning challenge, please let me know or contact the offices of Student Access Services that are given here. And then if you have any questions about what constitutes academic dishonesty, we will be writing papers, so there is a possibility of plagiarism. If you have a question of what that means or what that might entail, what collaboration is allowed on various assignments, please ask me. Discussion in that case, that discussion or asking about it will never be considered dishonest. However, if there is indication that there is dishonesty, there may be unauthorized collaboration. I may have to give you 0 on that assignment, and may at some point, if it continues to be, have to be more serious things considered. So here's the list of questions I mentioned earlier about for the GAP project. Again, I encourage you to get started on this soon, once we put you in the groups, and not wait for the end of the semester. Notice that each item must be answered and explained at least one full sentence with more if required. So no one-word answers will get full credit. And then here is the more information about environmental sustainability accounting individual paper and the rubric I will use to grade it, so that you know exactly what the expectations are. So that should give you a real good feel for what we're going to do this semester.